The Dode Fox Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. I'm Paul, he's Ronny, and yes, we've somehow survived another summer without Dundee United giving us rising stress levels, heartbreak, or the joy of those last-minute winners. Join the conversation on our socials. We're at Dode Fox Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Coming up on this week's episode, first and foremost, Futba's back. Summer signings, pre-season, new strips, European draw, league fixtures, the Tannadice Test. And where are they now? It's all coming up on episode 291 of the Dode Fox Podcast.
Hi, I'm Dave Bowman and welcome to the Dode Fox Podcast. You better be listening.
So welcome back to the award-winning Dode Fox Podcast with Still Got Eyes Money. He's no bought the strip yet, Paul McNichol. And I'm pretty sure I found last season's pair in my gilet, Ronny Costello. How was your summer?
It's just been busy with the graft, Rondo. Yeah, you can how it
Explain
is.
that to me.
You can how it is. No days off here. No days off.
Really? Really?
Allergic to downtime, so I am.
Allergic to work, you mean? Good summer, relaxed, refreshed, re-energised.
Yeah, it has been relaxing. I've watched a wee bit of Futba that's on the telly.
Watched any of that shitey World Club Cup?
A wee bit, so nothing. I didn't even care what stage we're at now. It was sure, is it about finished? It got to be about finished.
I hope so.
Yeah, I've not really bought into that at all. Didn't see the point. I've kind of steered clear of any other Scottish football nonsense, so I didn't care was signed one or was left or anything like that. So yeah, it's been a good wee break for football. What about yourself? Done anything? Been anywhere?
Well, I started my summer break being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
So, winner.
You deal with it like a champ, though.
Maybe too relaxed is the phrase that Claire would use.
Yeah.
A little bit too on the relaxed side. They speak a lot of letters and they speak a lot of numbers, and then they tell you a normal person should be 40, and I can't mind what it is, and I still can't mind. This was 6 weeks ago. And I was 122.
I mean, you've always been an overachiever.
And then I get a wee prick in my finger every day now. But when I got that, normal person, between 5 and 8,
Yeah.
I was 23.
Again, trendsetter.
Finally, the respect I deserve.
The numbers are they're eye-opening though. Like, even though I didn't have a clue what we're talking about, like if you're meant to be a 4 and you're a 23, that's got to be a cause for concern.
Go big or go home.
Well,
In more ways than one.
And you were going very big, yeah.
Yeah, so that's but that's now now sort
In
of
control of it.
Yeah, well, but we're getting there.
Good.
We're getting there. Got a text message this morning. I have to go to I'm at the clinic on Wednesday. No, that clinic.
No, are you sure?
Positive.
Okay.
Positive. So yeah, that was a fine start to the break, and then I went on holiday for 2 weeks. So it was class.
Hanging about with Mickey.
I was, I
Excellent.
did, and watched Bayern Munich win 10-0 against Dundee United or whatever it was.
I didn't think they would beat Dundee United 10-0.
Yeah,
I think this team were worse.
it was,
whoever they were.
Yeah, I watched some of that and the golf and that when I was away, and that was it. And then came back, pre-season started, signings came in. I was thinking, shit, I'm going to think about actually coming back and doing this nonsense on a Sunday afternoon. And some people were a wee bit annoyed that we weren't actually back last week, and I did say it was July and we missed it by a day, so we got another week in our bed.
Of course. And it's been, for our point of view, I think it's been a good wee break because you kind of are like 10 and a half, 11 months you're doing this constantly, so it was good to just, as I say, I kind of switched off all things Scottish football for a wee bit, but now we're back.
I think the big thing is I actually switch off by actually signing out all of our social media accounts. So I like
Best thing to do.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice. It's probably just a nice break to get away from it. So yeah, that's kind of what I do. And it kind of everything starts, like the news starts. The rumours. I hate the rumours, and I've said this before. And I think
some of them are ridiculous. So
well, I mean, how we've the boy Yamal's not been revealed yet. I've no idea, but
it's in the works.
There was some stuff like this, and I had my own wee pre-season last week. I was on the BBC Sport podcast with Jim Spence and the guys there, and it was fine, and it was good to a wee bit getting the swing of things. But it was stuff I kind of reiterating, like, I hate the rumour stage. I just hate it.
It's a silly season.
Yeah, and like I've actually not even got a note about any rumours because I thought, I might be talking about a certain striker coming in, but it looks like he's going to Colorado. But kind of things like that, I was like, I hate when they come up and then right away, and it's like, I've just looked at his YouTube, it's not great. I've looked at his Wikipedia, it's pure shite. And I'm like, I hate this time.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just the transfer window in general, but it's no matter.
Yeah, and I don't
best.
think that is like uniquely Dundee United fans. I think that's probably fans.
Abdi.
Yeah, especially in Scotland, because invariably you're signing boys that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And that's become more and more prevalent the last few years. Like, it used to be a case of me and you would be sitting at a table like this, and it would be, see, we were about to sign Kevin Holt. I mean, you've heard of him. The last thing I needed to do was Wikipedia him because I had made my mind up already. But now, the way that is this summer, we've brought in boys that like nobody's ever heard of. And there is a bit of that kind of excites me because it's the unknown, is it? You didn't know. These boys might turn out to be dumplings, but they might be diamonds in the rough.
Yeah, and I think we've seen that last season, when people like Vichko and Sam Dolby and Lucas Stevenson were coming in. We didn't ken them.
No, Will Ferry.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. But yeah, it's our first episode back. We've a lot to pick through. I thought we'd start by finally scoring off the players that left us with the section that I'm calling "Where Are They Now?" Just a very simple look back at where they've kind of ended up. Obviously, the big news, two of the most influential figures, I would say, in the dressing room, Ross Docherty and Declan Gallagher, have both headed for the Highlands.
Yeah.
And Ross County. Good signings for them.
Very good signings for Ross County. Not overly surprised at that, to be honest with you. I know that, like, geographically it is a million miles away, and the guys didn't stay there. I think Gallagher stays Dundee, Docherty, not really sure where he's walking about in his undersized shoes, but he doesn't stay up north normally. So it's not unusual to see the chairman of Ross County appear to at least push the boat out financially.
That's that Jerry Maguire clip. Show me the money!
Yeah, but he's probably got to pay a wee bit more to get boys to go up there, because the boys will be staying up there 3-4 nights a week, I would imagine, in a flat in Inverness, albeit no doubt sharing that flat, but like, he's obviously wanting his team to get
You just
back
give them a
up.
flat, like you're not even going for a house, they're just getting a flat.
It might be a house. I don't know what sort of wealth Mr. McGregor's got. I'm
lot.
assuming it's a lot. More than me.
Yeah, but on the face of it, for Ross County, coming back in the championship, two good signings.
Two great signings. Yeah.
Glenn Middleton went to Doncaster.
Dosh.
Has to be.
Yeah. Doshcaster. Yeah.
New challenge as well. 3 years at Tannadice.
Yeah. Different league. So, like, we've spoke to players before. I can't mind who, but they were on about it's really boring when you play the same teams over and over, and you can play the same team 7 times in a season. Whereas if you go down there, it's a hard graft down there in the lower leagues. They play a lot of league games. They've got a lot of cup games as well. But it's different. Like, it's different faces, different grounds you're going to, different experiences, and, like, all joking aside, it's a slightly better wage packet down there as well. So I can't blame any player for going down there. And when, like, traditionally you'd be like, Doncaster. Like,
You ever been?
sure. I went through it on a train, I think.
enough.
That's it.
Shithole.
Well, but again, like, if they're going to pay you 5-6 grand a week,
And-
well, I'll move the morning. Like, I'll do a Doncaster Rovers podcast, not a problem.
I'm going. I'm there.
But that's what turns heads, isn't it, for the teams down there?
Yeah. Dave Babunski, Alan Campbell, still with a club. Tony Watt, still with a club. Louis Moult plays a trialist for Crew Alexander yesterday.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he may have scored. They won 6-9 against somebody, but he plays a trialist yesterday.
Yeah. I thought he might have been picked up by now. But then it depends, because people have been linking him with, like, a Thistle, and I've saw some chat that Ross County should be looking at him as well. But does he want to go up there? Maybe he wants to go back down south. Who knows? But he'll get a gig with somebody. Tony Watt, I'm not convinced. I thought he would maybe at best end up in the championship.
He'll be taking a big wage drop if he is.
Oh, if he'll be taking a big wage drop regardless. But that's no surprising.
No. Youngsters that were obviously released. Lone reportee. Lone reporter? Don't know.
I'm
Brian
the reporter.
Mwangi.
Yeah, has he went anywhere?
No, yet.
No. And
He'll get a club though.
I would like to think so, yeah, because he's still young enough. He's probably got a plenty to offer a team of a certain level. I think he done all right at Broxburn last year, so that might be around about the level he gets, maybe League Two, Lowland League, Highland League sort of thing just now. But he's still young. He's got time on his side.
I think Babunski will get a club someplace. Alan Campbell will probably end up with a club, maybe doing south again. Ollie Simpson's went to Stenhousemuir.
Yes, yeah, with very little fanfare. Like it was kind of an afterthought that he's not getting renewed.
2-year deal.
Yeah, so good for him. Stenhousemuir, a good level club, and I'm sure that he'll kick on there as well.
Adam Carnwath, Peterhead.
Yeah.
Volvo for sale.
Yes, that old guy Peter Reid selling it. I was happy for him, but surprised because when he went there on loan, he didn't actually get that many minutes.
2-year deal as well.
Yeah, fantastic for him because
Still young, 18.
Still
19.
young. He's a good player. It was a significant injury that he picked up, there's every chance that it just took a wee bit longer. It might take a couple of years to get fully over that and regain the confidence. Because undoubtedly, I've seen him when he was younger, and I can you could say that for a lot of the players when they're of a young age. That he's got loads of ability. So hopefully he can get back to what he was.
And the final one that's on my list, Zeke Cameron, Dunfermline.
Yeah, I would say that's a good move for him.
Good move.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, I was a little surprised that he didn't get renewed.
Well, you said that to me. That was the one that probably stuck out a wee bit of the youngsters. You said
definitely. And because, albeit he went on loan, but he went to Cowdenbeath, who are Lowland League.
Just him and Danny Swanson, just
basically just 1-2s all the way up the park. But it's very hard to judge. Like obviously, the people that United employ, the coaches and the behind the scenes staff that go to watch these games, they'll know exactly what they're watching. So all Zeke could have done in that situation was go there, get games, play well, and he's obviously done that. Now the decision's been made. He's maybe just not at the level that we're requiring. But to get a move to Dunfermline, a relatively big club in the Championship, I think that's a very, very good move for the lad.
Yeah, and we wish them all well. We'll keep an eye on them, especially some of the younger boys. We'll find out where they go, and you hope they get decent moves and good clubs and whatever.
I forgot about him, but I'm going to keep my eye out for Alan Campbell, see where he ends up.
Interesting.
Linlithgow Rose is my prediction.
Fave yourself.
Push.
Might get again for the joys. Anyway, as usually as a season comes round, I believe this is what they call it, a new drip.
Oh Christ!
Gets released and tends to bankrupt you every season for the last decade or so. But you've no put your hand in your pocket.
No, well, I didn't last season either. Not for the first, the home strip certainly. I think I maybe bought the wee man the other strips, but it was on. So it was out on Friday, and I'd said to Leo, "Are you getting the strip?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll get it." I was like, "You're paying for it, mind?" He's like, "Oh,
wait a minute, what?"
Oh, I was like, "You paid for it last year." He was like, "Oh, did I?" I was like, "You did, huh?" I says, "I'm not buying yet." You've got dosh. Like that's the reason I give you pocket money every fucking month, and it's the reason that you didn't actually spend it and you still tap us up, so it's accumulating. I was
Good
like,
lad.
so he's either really smart or I'm thick as shit. Probably a wee bit of both there. So he didn't bother his arse to go down and get it, and when it got released, and I kind of will differ a wee bit, but I think you like it, do you? Because I heard you say that on the BBC podcast
yesterday when I saw it. Whoa, it was sexy. Like
I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It's all right. I think as a top, it's a nice top. It doesn't feel like a United top to me.
It does. Sexy.
It doesn't. Not to me certainly.
Big fan.
Well, apparently it's
especially when big sexy Dario had on yesterday. I thought, fair play, like.
Yeah.
But no, it
was a big seller, though, was it, on the day it was released?
I think it's one of the biggest. Listen, I'm certainly not, as you could tell, as I'm sitting in a Dode Fox podcast T-shirt. I'm not quite the fashionista going around, but I did go, that is nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some of the rumours for what could be away shirts and whatever, I thought the goalkeeping stuff was pretty smart.
Yeah, that's nice.
The training kit's got DFC written on it, and I thought I like the black and over the white end.
Yeah.
The gear that Gorgeous Jim and I had wear, the black kit. I'm like, that's quite nice and all. I'm not the type that
I
buys
didn't
a
mind
lot
the
of stuff.
I
So.
didn't mind the training gear, and the reason I like it, Rondo, is because there's a lot of colours on it. So if you were to drop your spaghetti bolognese on it, doesn't matter if the stain doesn't come out, 'cause it'll probably blend in.
Wow. Is there a previous United top it reminds you of?
The new home one. Well, we did have the big bold black
Was that
stripe.
was that like Olympic sportswear or
something like that. It was Faraz. Did Dino wear it?
He scored fucking header against that lot.
Might have been.
Or the in it, and I think
Stephen Tweed played a 1-2 with him, or he played a 1-2 with Stephen Tweed.
honestly, there's boys that win.
How did he mark it as a
Well,
professional
I was just
footballer?
about. There's boys that win raffles like for TVs and shit, right? There's boys that win raffles to have football
career.
careers. Eh?
He ended up in Greece.
Aye, we Craig Brewster. It's the top that. Do you remember the end that had the big like circle on it? I want to say doing it at the side.
Yeah.
And I always remember, and I want to say Billy Dodd's wearing it.
Yep, him and Stephen Thompson were front pairing.
That's the only because it doesn't look. It's not like a reimagination of an old kit. I like it. Eh?
It's different. It's bold. I'm just not sold on it. I tell you what though, see if we win a cup wearing it, that'll be a legendary. That'll be iconic.
Bus will be in the shut position.
Correct.
So, but away tops, third kits, they do it. Keeper strips, still to come out. I would imagine.
Yeah, well, obviously we've not seen the away kit yet, have we? Did you say you'd heard some rumours about it? Like, what are we talking?
Well,
All pink?
no. Do you remember? And I want to say it was E-Crew.
I do remember. That was a lovely top.
That was with gold through it. I don't
Did
know
it
how.
have gold? I can't remember if it had gold.
I don't know how.
It's a lovely. That was a lovely strip.
Well, that is again our rumours. Not had any inside knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just what you hear in group chats and whatever. But who knows?
Yeah.
Again,
It'll not be worse than the him top.
I think that was amazing. So it can only be worse, you know. But I do. I mean, I do like it. Again, I'm no one for really buying tops. Nothing to do with the snug sizing of the wee Italian man that must wear it when they're putting the season together. But yeah they can. Italian strips are always or Italian made kits. But I tell you what, they make some lovely kits across their their brand. Like there's some really
I think,
nice stuff.
like who we were, Area, like even Macron before that, we've had some nice kits.
And it's not off the shelf, which is the most
No,
important.
it's bespoke, and it is different. And as I say, it's bold for United, and I'm sure it'll grow on us.
I wonder if we will come out with here's in for the commercial department or whatever it is, a European kit, depending how things go.
Well, that I fear the jinx would be in place though if you do that. We get a European kit and we get to wear it twice.
Well, I'm just thinking.
If they do, then I call it a European kit, Rondo. Just call it like an alternate kit or something. Then a possible.
I'm just saying that when we obviously inevitably get to the group stage, there's a chance to get a new kit.
100%. I'd back that. I'll even go on record and say I would buy that if we get to the group stage, regardless of what it looks like. Stripes, hoops, doesn't matter.
I know.
But
Lots to obviously mention before we even get to the game yesterday and last week and whatever else. But let's talk European. The European draw was. We knew the date. We spoke about the date on our sort of season review episode at the back end with Dave and Alan and sort of planning ahead. And this is the date. It's the totally wrong date. A Dode Fox fact.
Yep.
I think it was 2 days out.
always.
And it was like, right, cool. I will be 4 hours behind. Going by the time on that, so we'll just need to see what happens. And then obviously on the morning they then break it down and they pick out 5 teams or 5 possible opponents, but there was or A or B or whatever. Can't I say I'd heard of probably any of them in that bit, but we mentioned that it was a bit of a lottery where we could have went.
yeah. So like what you're touching on, when you saw the names of the teams, you were like, right, okay, I don't really care much about that. And then in certain group chats, you got like a list of the attendances or the ground capacity, of these teams. And you were, and I was looking at it thinking, well, ideally, I hope we get this team for Luxembourg because I'm looking to progress. But for a fan's point of view, guaranteed to get to the game. this team that play in this 30,000 stadium, that's probably our best option. However, likely get pumped for them. So when the Luxembourg team came out, Una Strassen or whatever they're called,
FC Una Strassen.
yes, I think that's our best chance
100%.
to progress.
100%.
And I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, they finished second in the Luxembourg National Division. That's their top flight last season. European-wise, it's quite new to them. They were pumped by Cups 5-0.
Finland?
Yes.
Yeah.
Last season. So, and obviously the news lately, it's been moved to a stadium 25 mile away that had just a wee bit bigger a capacity. And
It's got a fence so that you can just stand on the other side and peek in.
yeah, but the more people that say that, the more chance of someone's getting put in front of that.
Yes. We'll
but
take that out then. We'll take that out.
as of, obviously, well, this comes out Monday. As of Tuesday, there's obviously 400 more tickets coming in. So, I mean, hats off to United and the chat and the negotiation they've had to get actually more than 50%.
Yeah.
Bearing in mind, no bearing in mind, it's probably the wrong phrase. And if you have listened to that BBC podcast, I might repeat a couple of things a day, but like, I will get to the whole carnage of trying to book Luxembourg in a second, but for me, I didn't want us needing to go to Luxembourg needing a result. I want us to put that to bed the week before with a really good performance, a good few goals ahead, and getting over there and getting a professional performance done, and it's job done. You might win the game. But I wouldn't like to be going to face, because remember Mupa 47?
Yeah, it's the unknown, isn't it?
Yeah.
And most people, like when the draw was made, and I did kind of laugh a wee bit about it, they're like, oh, we should bet that team. And there is a bit of me thinking, well, we should bet that team. However, at that point, I think we had about 6 players. So you're like,
I'm not actually sure we had that.
well, exactly. So you're like, well, we didn't ken what we are yet.
No.
But obviously, like, you've got to, there's no excuses though, Rondo. Like, I'm not trying to give them an out for badly losing this. United have got to be getting past this team
100%.
and then take whatever happens after that. But you have got to get past this.
Yeah, given it's the Dode Fox podcast here, and we deal in a lot of Dode Fox facts, I want to say, take this as you will, that possibly the week before that game, we'll know potential opponents if you're going through, because it's the following week. Like, once we play in Luxembourg on the 31st, the next game's like a week later.
Yeah.
So we'll know if it's home or away or whatever. But again, first and foremost, it's got to be on getting past that tie. The interesting thing is, there's no game in between it. There's no league game.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, mind the league game between the Alkmaar games?
Of course I do, yeah. Livingston.
And it was...
And we were like, it's fine. It's fine. We'll put that in at the back to bed. That's fine. It doesn't matter. We lost it.
Yeah. So that was, and obviously that's an interesting thing as well.
Yeah.
That there's no another game to be thinking about. But honestly, so obviously I'm whatever 1,000 mile away when this is happening, and it's early morning for me, or early-ish when the draw's happening. I'm like, okay, the draw's happening. I'm trying to get it on, and the hotel Wi-Fi's no great. And I'm obviously bullshitting Claire and telling her I'm looking at totally something else until the boy goes, Dundee United. Oh, shit. She's like, what's nothing, it's all right. So obviously it starts being a bit carnage. So it's like, right, what's happening? Within 20 minutes, I think I've got a confirmation for your mate Martin saying, I'm done, I'm in. And I'm like, fair play to you. Like, I can't even get logged in here to can get an Uber Eats order, so God knows how I'm getting that done. But anyway, and I think I can't mind what was happening or what day. I'll get my dates mixed up a wee bit, but I was looking at flights and possibly accommodations while in the lazy river at Volcano Bay.
Yeah, I'm on
In the rubber ring.
Nobody in the history of mankind has ever done that.
Honestly, I was like, I'll maybe get this done. This might be all right. And then obviously things are changing. It's like, obviously Ryanair go, oh, wait a minute here, lads. It's a wee bit of traffic. Up with the price.
Yeah.
I'd have been cheaper by an Oasis ticket.
Yeah, for the Hill gig. Like the Hill tour, sorry.
Honestly. So it was going, and I was just like, Ken, what, I need to knock this right on the head here, because I'm going to end up doing something daft here. And so it kind of, well, you know, when it was getting to the prices that were coming round, I was like, I can't justify that for like 3 days. And I hated myself for saying it, but at the same time, I was like, we're talking 500 note here just to get there. And
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, and I just couldn't. I basically couldn't really afford it in the end, given my 2-week trip in Florida had absolutely fleeced us.
No
so it was
No
just,
doubt.
yeah, it was just one of them. I thought, oh, nah. But again, getting the home leg first, huge opportunity.
Yeah.
To put a mark, to put a stamp on it, other phrases you want, and obviously I think that the build up in the preseason should get with there, and it's just one of these awkward things, like just when the tie lands. I mean, you don't want to go and play preseason games against, we'll play really good opposition and get pumped.
Yeah, because
You
we've
know.
done that. We've done that before.
Oh, I mind I went to Holland and got an absolute arse feeling.
Jackie McNamara.
Oh, I
was
pumped.
it? Yeah.
Didn't win a game in the whole of preseason. Played about 12 as well. Wonder what happened that season.
It's probably a fine line between, like, you can't play teams of Brechen's stature constantly in pre-season. But I think
Nice opener.
It is a nice opener, yeah. But I think the way that we've structured the pre-season, like, teams get progressively better on paper.
Yeah, we'll
certainly.
wait to Holland sort of this week, and
Yeah,
then it's,
and then it's
St
St
Johnstone,
and then
Oldham,
Oldham, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mickey Mellon.
Mickey Mellon, yeah.
Florence!
We'll finally get to see him.
Florence!
Do you think he'll just shout that randomly because he's used to it?
Oh,
in
I
that-
mean,
in
he'll
that
definitely shout.
environment.
Like, I can't wait to just hear him again, just shouting.
Yeah, I think he'll get a decent reception for United fans because we
First
never
time
saw
he's
him.
met him.
Yeah,
We
Yeah.
met him. We obviously done the we got him on Zoom first day he was
yeah,
appointed.
yeah. We met him.
He was great.
Yeah, I saw him as well. Mind when we were playing Aberdeen in the Scottish Cup, and obviously COVID, allowed to
Chaos.
gather together. So there was
chaos
there was
on.
just a handful of people in the street seeing the team off on the team bus, and there may have been a smoke bomb or two. But I saw Mickey Mellon that day as well. But that was, yeah, we didn't really get a chance to see him at all, did we?
Ken, what's in my water bottle?
Vodka.
Nah. I could actually. That's one
Yeah,
thing
you
I can
could,
drink
you could,
actually.
yeah.
Peach iced tea. I'm a new man.
Peach. I've had that before.
I'm a new man.
I didn't mind that.
America's
actually.
changed me.
Yeah, I didn't. For
fit
better or
in
worse,
well.
have you got a gun over there? Like,
It was in Walmart, right? Because it's class, and it's probably a highlight of the whole day. And I was buying like sachets like this peach iced tea stuff and whatever, and found there was an auto, like a car parts bit, and I thought I can just be nosy. I'm going to head down there, and I looked along an aisle, and I could have bought a gun.
yeah. Well, you could have took it to the till. I'd be amazed if you were able to bet. Surely there would be some background checks, especially a man with your face.
Come on,
But that's how I didn't think you would get it sold, because they probably do kind of
honestly,
yeah.
it's peach iced tea, man. I'm a new man. Last season, in the build-up and in our season preview episode, you were very outspoken, confident, excited when the fixtures pitted us with an opening day Dundee derby.
Yeah.
What did you say at the back end of last season? And I can't remember if it was on the pod or not.
I said I think we'll get Falkirk away.
Great.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So 2 years on the bounce. 2 years on the bounce. I've nailed it.
It's a Sunday as well. And
Yeah, but that's because we're a
in
big
Europe.
team in Europe.
And they're champions.
Yeah, yeah.
that's
So
why
they
they're
were
at
always
home.
going to be at home, and I just thought, and I don't even care if this comes into that, but I just thought, from a neutral point of view, United going away there would be something that neutrals would maybe want to watch. I think it could be a decent game. But it probably doesn't come into that. It's probably somebody's on a computer, they push a button, bosh, there's your fixtures.
Doesn't have many push buttons on computers.
No. But
There's
you're
not a
on,
lot of clues on.
you're on other websites.
It's true.
It's not an easy game, I'll say that much.
Tough opening month, top opening first 6 fixtures.
I would
Falkirk
completely,
away,
I would
Hearts at home,
completely agree with that. Yeah.
Aberdeen at home, Dundee away,
Yeah.
Hibs away, Kilmarnock at home.
Yeah. Plus,
That-
plus we're extended European run
Obviously.
in amongst that.
That actually takes us to the end of September because
Yeah.
of there's a Scotland break.
There'll be a cup. There'll be
Yeah.
the League Cup in there as well.
There is, yeah. Yeah, the League Cup will be between Hearts and Aberdeen on my birthday.
16th. Yeah.
Yeah, can't wait.
Is it your 50th?
43.
43. Jeez, I remember when you were 40 all the years ago, Rondo.
Damn, big Tony
And
Andrew
you
rocked
didn't-
up
you
with a
didn't-
video message.
You didn't take it well.
Big beautiful
It's just a
bastard.
number, though, eh?
No, really.
It's no big deal.
No, it is. Believe me, when the nurse tells you type 2 diabetic at 43, you go, oh shit. And he goes, it's time to reverse that.
But you can. That's the thing. You can. It's
Yeah.
in your hands, Rondo. You've got the ability to hold back the hands of time.
No, this is a microphone that looks like someone on the dodgy websites that I look at. Tough. Falkirk, Hearts, Aberdeen, Dundee. Obviously, Hearts overjoyed this week by the re-signing of Lawrence Shankland,
To have been played like a fiddle.
absolutely
For a boy that's allergic to pre-season. He did that with us as well, did he?
Yeah.
When we got told that.
The boy you're sitting in front of the day, maybe done that in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Got a wee bit extra.
For his last deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I can't mind what he'd tell me, but I'm fairly certain if he had got a better offer, he wouldn't have re-signed with us.
100%.
No chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
But mind, the only reason Lawrence Shankland's re-signed my Hearts is because of the mascot. That's what he said.
Is that right?
His daughter's a big fan. I mean, I'm calling bullshit.
How much did his
I'm saying
did his nose grow?
I'm saying it was about 10 grand a week.
Well,
so.
that's what I'm assuming as well, yeah.
But yeah, it's obviously they're spending money. Aberdeen are spending the coin again. Just got 8 million punted to them to spend more money.
Hibs. So that it's crossed my mind when you see all these, obviously Celtic and the Rangers, like financially miles ahead of us. But when you see Hearts, Hibs and Aberdeen spending the big bucks, I can't help but think people are just coming out and saying, oh, well, that's the top 5 then. They'll know I had good seasons. Like, I think Celtic and Rangers, even if they didn't have good seasons, they'll finish first and second, usually. But out of Aberdeen, Hearts and Hibs, like, the 3 of them wouldn't have had good seasons. Yep. Somebody's going to shit the bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hopefully more than one of them, but somebody will shit the bed.
3 of them.
That would be tremendous.
3 of them.
I mean, that's a messy set of sheets. But if 3 of them shit the bed, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, it is certainly a tough opening set of fixtures.
Certainly is.
Home of Hearts and Aberdeen, obviously back to back. That is obviously the sandwich and the whatever the cup competition filling.
Yeah,
that
Aberdeen will be in Europe at that point, no, won't they?
Yeah, but I would imagine so.
Yeah, so hopefully there's a wee knock-on effect. But then we'll still be in Europe as well, obviously.
A lot of Sunday games, a lot of Sunday.
I know it's an absolute nightmare, but hey ho,
great.
It's what it is, Rondo. This is the price of success.
Yeah. December fixtures are pretty tough as well. Hibs at home on the 20th, we're out at Aberdeen the 27th, Livingston away just before New Year, and then it'll be a New Year's Day, New Year, not day, 3rd. Could get moved to the 2nd, obviously. Home to Dundee.
Yeah. Can't wait. Love the games, Rondo, as you find well know.
Yeah. And then we go to Dundee on the 14th of March as well.
Can't wait. Just need to make sure we get a ticket.
Yeah, and Livingston at home is how we round off the post-split, obviously, for that. But it's going to be tough. We'll obviously talk more about it when it comes closer to the time. We've seen a bit more. But yeah, they were that opening 4 you went, but then again, it's
every game's tough.
Aye.
Every game's tough. For everybody, apart Celtic.
Yeah. Let's talk summer signings then.
Let's
new
do it.
faces, new hope, same old fear that we've signed a boy that looked good on YouTube.
Maybe. It's all analytics these days, isn't it?
It's just
like we're looking at this boy runs 18 miles a game and
speaking about me,
and he can trap a bag of cement, so we'll sign him. No, I'm not speaking about you.
I'm the bag of cement.
First touch like you do.
So, who is in the building so far? There are 7 signings. Zach Sapsford, Yuri Yuvo, Pan Kamara, Yevgeny Kucherenko, Bert Esselink, Isaac Papo, and Dario Namo have came in, the latter 2 on loan. We will tie this in a little bit with some of the pre-season games. I know you went up to Brecon last week and we were both at Gayfield yesterday. And like you've already sort of said, I hadn't heard of any of them.
Not one. So, like, we genuinely, you can't offer up an opinion on whether it's a good signing or no, because I've got absolutely no idea what they're out with. The 2 games that I've seen them, and that was only like a portion of the games that they were playing as well, against opposition that they should be better than.
Yeah.
It's very hard to gauge. But certainly when you look at these guys, there's a noticeable difference that I don't know if we're changing our name to St Mirren. We were stripy taps and whatever, but we've got a bit of height and stature about us, certainly in that backline.
There's a couple of big boys in that
backline. I could see any of them being our top scorer. The way it's looking, because we don't look like we're going to create anything. We didn't have a goal scorer, so it might be on Big Bert and Big Ross and Yuri.
And to be fair, the boy Kamara in the middle of the park's a big boy,
Looks good. looks good in the two appearances that I've seen him so far. Again, I will say it was against Brecon and Arbroath.
Yeah. You've seen have you seen the clip that got shared? Sapsford's goal.
Yes, Raker.
That the keeper would have been an own goal, and he went, "I'm in that for 20 yards."
Well, so at first I didn't appreciate. I was watching the video, no appreciating that it was going to be him that was hammering it in.
Yeah.
And as I was watching the video, I was like, "Tell me that arsehole doesn't smash the bat in for 2 centimetres. Let that be the goalie's goal." Nah,
I'm in it. Nah, get around you.
Walloped it in.
Oh, absolutely.
Peach.
So obviously we've mentioned them, but we'll tie it in. But obviously, the players have been back now for kind of over a fortnight. We beat Brecon and we've braved the Guildford's wins. Again, shitey pie, and I'll get to the thing about my coffee in a minute as well. At Gayfield, it was David Gold's testimonial yesterday.
Yeah,
2,400, something like that. There,
fair play. Fair play for us. To be expected. I was. Like, from his point of view, I was a wee bit disappointed for the Arbroath side. Yeah. I didn't think there was many of them. I don't know what was sitting in the stand, because I was in the stand myself.
That might just be them.
Yeah, it was poor though. Poor turnout for them. But I think he requested that it was United for his testimonial.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's an Arab or he just...
Should be.
Or he's just, well, of course.
Kens will bring a crowd.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, yeah, like he got a good turnout for us. Yeah. No doubt.
Just before we'll touch on that, you were obviously there last week. How do you sum up what you've seen in the 2 sets of 45, I think we'll call it?
Yeah, the first half was quite enjoyable to watch. Quite a few. It was a mixed bag of the team, though, wasn't it? There was some young boys, some experienced, and that was quite enjoyable to watch. The second half, after all the changes, I was about sleeping in the 60th minute. It was fairly dull. There wasn't much going on. There wasn't much happening. The real downside for last week was Owen Sturton picking up an injury.
Walloped.
He did get walloped off a boy that I would like to believe that a ref would have booked him if it was an actual game of Futba, because he nailed somebody and then he went and nailed Sturton as well. So
it kind of happened again yesterday, Brecon.
No,
it was on a D but same happened again though.
That's all right then. Play on.
Be you like?
I can.
Come on, Ken, you'll touch on what happened yesterday once you get to that. But that was your first look at some of the new boys. What did you see? What did you like? What did you not like?
I thought. I don't know if Sapsford's going to be a goal scorer, but he puts himself about. I liked Kamara. He seemed to be everywhere in the middle of the park. And it was the stature and the height of Bert at the back and his mate Yuri.
Yeah,
these boys were towering, big, strong, imposing looking figures.
Young boys
did all right. Scotty Constable again, like man in many positions. Like I've kind of
heard that said about me before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm a young this.
I always thought he was a midfielder, but he just gets played. So he was right wing back last week.
He's left-sided centre back yesterday when he come on.
But then when he went on loan to Stirling Albion, he was played at the back as well, and he done very well there by all accounts. And then, as you say, yesterday he came on and he's left. So, like, I don't know if this hinders players' developments or no, because they're deemed as being so versatile that they never actually get a chance to play in one position and stake a claim for it.
Yeah.
But that's probably a conversation for another day you could have on that. But I thought they all done well. Charlie Dewar, he came on the second half last week against
Brecon.
The look
at him. I like the look at him.
He's another big lad, and he's. Yeah. I tell you who's got noticeably bigger. Ross Graham. He's filled out a bit, and again he's like 24 now.
Just his hair.
Maybe it is the hair.
Not much for him, is it?
But no,
I'm not hearing it.
I don't know.
There'll be an Alice band in that soon.
Well,
him and Will Ferrell will be swapping it.
That's fine.
Playing kissy kissy catches.
That's absolutely fine as long as he's playing.
And I hope he's listening. I can't he listen, so
as long as he's keeping clean sheets, he could wear high heels playing. I don't care.
I'm just jumping in. Will he be Dundee United's captain?
I think he might be.
I don't think you can give him the armband for 2 games and no mark him the captain.
Yeah, I think he will be. So it'll be armband, Alice band, clean sheet, bosh.
Done.
What's the problem?
None.
There's no problems here.
Harry Welsh.
He done
New
very
name
well
for me for even coming through the ranks. I know
he done very well.
He was some info in the young team, but that was a pretty new name.
Yeah,
to me.
I think Harry. He's an exciting talent. I think he's still very slight. There's not much of him. He's going to fill out, but he's still young. I think he's 17. I'm sure. But yeah, he's got talent. He'll, with all due respect, I don't think he'll be in and around our first team this season. I'd be amazed if he was.
Yeah.
But hopefully he showed, like against Brechin certainly last week and in the wee bit he got yesterday, that the club can maybe have a wee bit of belief in him that he can go up against hairy-arsed men on a weekly basis by sticking him out on loan at a decent level.
That's not the look now, though, Ken. There's Veet on the old ring piece now.
Well, baldy-arsed men, whatever.
There you go.
Mortgage payers.
Put it this way, they'll still put an elbow in the back of your fucking
Of course
head.
they will, no matter how much they've veted.
Yeah, indeed. So yesterday then, going to Arbroath is always a lottery of what conditions you're going to be up against, and unsurprisingly, we were quite dominant with the wind in the first half.
Yeah.
Strong starting lineup.
Yeah.
That came out. Now I wasn't there obviously last week, but we lined up the back three: Ross Graham on the left, Big Bert, and Yuri on Big Bert in the centre, Yuri on the right. Was it different last week? Why Bert playing the left side of that centre back, or were you too busy staring at the hedge?
The hedge, it was needing trimmed. It was needing trimmed, yeah. So that caught my eye. I really can't remember.
Was it like the 70s?
I think he maybe was on the left, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so they obviously started Brian Strain, Will Ferry, midfield two of Kamara and Vichko, and then it was Trapanovsky, Sapsard and Dario playing as but you've just signed, mate, right? You're playing them on right wing.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
and
He done all right.
started pretty well.
Yeah.
Nice cross for him, and Big Bear just got in the end of it, 1-0.
Yeah.
This will be an easy game.
He
That's,
scored more than York. He's
well.
played 2 half games. Like, what are we talking about now?
I think we.
It's unbelievable.
I thought, well, we're on for about 5 or 6 a day.
It did feel like that. It did feel like that because it was an early goal. We had another chance or a couple of chances within the one move where it seemed like it was getting kicked off the line and whatever. But yeah, it was like many games down there. The wind completely fucking ruins the game.
Does.
Like, it just does. you see,
Like when Bert played a 1-2 with himself.
exactly. A 1-2 that took about 10 seconds to complete till the back came down right back on his forehead. It's just it's mental. But then again, the mental thing is that football players, professional football players, they can see the conditions, they can feel them, and they're still kicking the ball off the ground. Like, you've got to keep the ball on the deck in the conditions.
Yeah.
And is it easier said than done? Possibly, but Christ Almighty,
Yeah.
stop rolling the ball back to the keeper to hoof up the park or the stand.
Yeah, I thought we started the game pretty well, but I thought after about 20-25 minutes, the tempo just seemed to drop. And given we had the wind, it was just a bit meh at times.
Yeah.
But again, same as you, I liked what I seen for Kamara.
Yeah.
I thought he'd done really well. It's like Dave Richards had anything today.
No.
The Hale game, or I don't think either keeper had much today.
No, Richards had
either
a
four
couple of
keepers.
crosses to deal with at the start of the second half.
The big whipped in right under him.
But then that was always going to happen.
Yeah.
That was always going to happen. And I wasn't against that, like, because that's a good tester, just to see what he's like under that sort of bombardment.
Was
But,
there anything that happened in the first half that nearly got you your seat shouting, "Oh, you dirty bastard"?
Oh, no, nearly about it, Rondo. That big arsehole Muirhead wiping out Sapsford off the butt.
Nonsense.
And again, it's a friendly, it's a testimonial. And don't get me wrong, like, you can't go into that game and just treat it like a friendly. You've got to play it like there's something on the line. But it just seemed a bit sneaky. Like, if you're going to hit the boy during a challenge, I get it. But to kind of wipe the boy out off the bat, I thought that was bad.
It's not right. It's not great. It's not a great thing either. But it was one of them that.
And the ref didn't say shit.
No, and I don't think he really recovered for it either.
Nobody come off at half time, did he?
Yeah.
What was it? A dead leg or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then must have been about 5 minutes later. Kamara, he did catch the boy gold. It was a wee bit late.
The ref
but then,
just up.
The ref pulls him up. Like, what have we done here? Then I get me started on refs. It's the first episode back.
And I've only been to a pre-season
Honestly,
friendly.
and the Baldy linesman second half in front of me calling an offside that was never offside either. There was an awful lot of Baldy bastard shouts from behind me, and I took real offence. But then I quickly realised it was the hopeless Baldy bastard with the flag.
Obviously a bit different to last week. The majority getting 60 minutes this time before the kind of wholesale changes. We played it in the wind. We were quite disjointed with it. It was a cross and a near post header that got the kind of equaliser, and it just created little in the second half, but again, I mean, there was a stage near the end. We got quite a few crosses in, but again, the wind just takes them no enough too far.
Yeah, I think it was Rory McLeod got down the left and put them to the back post. Yeah, we didn't create nothing second half really, nothing of note. And truth be told, they probably should have won it with about the last kick of the match.
I was gone by then. I'd left.
Like
What
it was a bat. Like we absolutely created it ourselves. There was a can of mine who played it, but somebody played the ball to Keir Gilligan, and it felt like the wind held it up. And the ball was on the deck at this point. It was just a pass along the deck, and it's like the wind held it up, and he didn't quite read it. The boy nicked it off him, and then he was played through, and Scotty Constable tries to get a tackle in, and he does get the tackle in, but the boy gets the break of the bar, and it's him v the keeper, and he blazed it over the bar, probably right into the Vito's for there. But
that's where I went. I had a day disco today.
Did you see a bar flying across the flare at any point? It was
No,
probably
I seen
that shot.
a boy celebrating his birthday, loving life.
Excellent.
Who his mate were the last to leave and were effectively chucked out at 7:30, half an hour after the event finished, and then came back in at 11:30 with their wristbands on and stayed at 2:30. I said,
Why
that's
not?
the same boy. Like,
Why not?
He is loving life.
He is burning that candle at both ends and a wee bit in the middle.
He was. He absolutely was. But yeah, it was. It was a pretty frustrating watch in the second half, and
It's these things are glorified training games, so I didn't read too much into them. I didn't get too down. Like, don't get me wrong. If United had lost 3-0, I'd have been spitting teeth. But it was 1-1. It wasn't a particularly great watch.
It wasn't great for either team.
No, exactly.
Because again, Arbroath, I know it's testimonial, but they've probably not got out at what they've wanted to get out at either.
Nah. And it could, even for the player's point of view, it's probably not that enjoyable playing in a game like that.
You know what? It's probably that big thing of when United bring in players that don't know the Scottish game. Like, come on, Arbroath for pre-season, you'll kind of.
This is an opener.
Yes, indeed. And they're probably looking around, going, "Jesus,
yeah,
is that an amusement? Is that?
What's the smell of fish about here?
Can I go in that rope thing?" So, yeah, it wasn't a brilliant in that sense of things. Second half, Isaac Papo came on. Who does he remind you of?
Jean Fuchs.
Yes, right away.
Yeah.
Stocky.
Yep.
Built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, and a pest to the opposition.
Pain in the arse.
Yep.
Actually, for the wee bit, once he got onto the ball and whatever,
I think he'll be. I think he'll be a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Richard O'Dara played centre half again.
Yeah.
Played a really nice reverse bar on the inside that I don't think MD expected.
No, even him. No. We'll see.
Yeah. Before we'll mention it now, right? In the two games you've seen United and what you've watched and the players that are in the building right now, I know he's built for the back, and I totally get that. And the keeper's still to obviously play and whatever, but the defence is now probably sorted and midfields. What I'm trying to say is I think we're centre midfield heavy right now to play a two. Given you've got Vichko, Sibbald, Pan,
Yep.
Papo, there's somebody else, O'Dara, plus Lucas Stevenson's peg is still sitting empty.
Yeah.
That's a lot for two spaces in the centre midfield. I think we're better suited to play a 3-5-2. I'm no telling you I'm good with what today here.
Yeah.
But I think we are better suited. So what you've seen so far, right? And there's going to be a glaring omission from this team I'm about to mention. Vichko has to be in it.
Yeah.
Kamara has to come in it.
You would
for
think
what
so.
I've seen for old Papo, he has to be in it. So there's a glaring omission of the number 14. Right? There was a captain in the second half yesterday.
Yeah.
And I get that. But you're still sitting with other centre midfielders. I'm not sure we could play a two and have 3 or 4 sitting on the bench. That doesn't make any sense to me. Any sense to me.
No, but I mean that's as presently constructed though. That's the squad that we've got just now.
Yeah.
Now I would have to hope big time that there's more ammunition's going to start coming in, because as you say, we seem to have a defence that we're going to be happy with. Hopefully. But I can't see we're bringing in too many more defenders. I wouldn't think.
No, I think we'll be 2 wingers and at least a striker.
Midfield, as when it comes to like grafters and holding players, I don't think we need any more. Obviously, there's the chat about Lucas Stevenson, and he's a good player. You kind of, like, if you get the chance to get him, you kind of say no because we know what he is, we know what he's about. But I think creatively, we're lacking massively. And then I get me started on goal scorers. Like, I don't know where the goals are going to come from. You've got Owen Sturton, bags and bags of potential. Could go on to be an absolutely brilliant player. But I'm no comfortable relying on a young laddie, and I don't think that's fair on him either.
No.
You've got.
But I think he'll be in the squad.
He's got to be. Yeah, he's got to be. You've also got Yort. Now, again, that people love him, and I'm no against him, but he's never scored.
No,
like that's not what I'm looking for in a striker. Like, we need somebody that's going to score. What I'm trying to say is, who's going to be at this season's Dalby?
But again, at the same time, they two are injured, and you've also got two injured wide players in Fotheringham and Miller Thompson as well.
Yeah.
But I still think two wingers and a striker still to come in. The big name this week was the boy for Killie.
Yeah, Kyle Vassell. Yeah, it came out of nowhere, and I don't know if there was any truth in it or not, because it looks like he's over in America.
Would you have had him?
I wouldn't have. He wasn't a name that I would have thought that we would have went for, but when it come out, you think about it and you're like, well, like, he's a problem for most defenders that he comes up against. He can tat a goal. He's a handful. He's a bit of a battering ram up there.
So he's a leader.
Yeah. So yeah, all in all, I probably would take him. Yeah.
I was the same. I thought, and especially after yesterday, I thought, when the boy Sarpsford gets a bit, that's the type of boy I might go, I can leave him to me.
100%.
Just you leave him to me.
Yeah, but obviously it's not going to be, because he's
gone for the dollar bills.
He's out there in Walmart now. So
been a gun.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Maybe no.
Is it, man, a medication guy with a counter or not? You were wanting to get those purple things, but I couldn't get them.
Are they not blue?
I would never couldn't tell you. Gayfield always delivers drama, right? The horizontal win tends to be the main end. Took myself to the pet hut.
Yeah, you're not a fan, are you?
I'd received a picture message. Sounded so like 1999 there. I got a picture on WhatsApp of the famous steak and black pudding pie from Big Gav, and I quickly responded to him, shite. And then
got the better of you.
Brain got the better of us, and I thought I might need to give that a bash
again.
Choice word, again.
Yeah.
So I was standing watching the game, and I thought, that's half hour, it's pet time, I'll go and join the queue. So I went along at the pet hut in the corner, and I queued. And I queued a bit more. And I queued a bit more. And I queued a bit more. And the boy says to us, we've not got anything. I could see 20 pairs behind him. I knew he had something. I says, nae bovril. Tea? Nae tea. He says, coffee. I says, right, I'll have coffee. He says, while pouring it. Oh no, I'll get to that. He says, just a coffee. I says, whatever the pairs are, I'll just tap whatever it is. It'll be a surprise for us. So I then watched him open a tub of Morrison's coffee, take a teaspoon, scoop it in, and then say, pour it. And the water wasn't pouring well. They'd ran out of water. They'd ran out of honey. He says, I hope you like it black. I says, fine, no bother. He put the coffee, forgets about the pet at this point, and says to me, £2.50.
It's a scam, like.
£2.50.
Yep.
That I watched him take a teaspoon, not even a heaped, teaspoon.
It's a scam.
£2.50.
Football prices are a scam.
Can he say it with a straight face?
I can totally believe that he said it with a straight face, because up and down the country there's the same people that will say these things with straight faces.
And then I says to him, I'll take any of your pies as well, neighbour. So it's £6 in total, right?
Wow.
So I taxed myself round, sip of the coffee, start. 3 gone, fed it to the fucking grass or whatever.
You done that with your Bovril last time then?
No, because Leo wanted to throw it at Rob Douglas.
Well, I mean, rightly so.
So I thought, well, we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound here, we're £6 in the hole.
Yeah.
Like, so I need to have a couple of bites of this for review purposes.
And what pair was it? What had you been served up?
A pair.
Okay.
So I bit into it, and it was that steak and black pudding shite that was lukewarm at best and staying cold in the middle.
Brilliant.
It was barely cooked. The pastry was that soggy white toilet roll goes if you drop it in water. It was minging. Absolutely. So how you could have, and how you could hold that in such high esteem, I have no idea.
How you could charge people for it.
There's also that, yeah.
Yeah, I only got a Capri Sun, but Sho got a pie and said
Much
it
was
was
the Capri
garbage.
Sun?
I've no idea because Sho went and got it.
But that was a
But she said the pie was rubbish, yeah? Said it was rubbish, yeah.
I was. Does she kind of good pie though?
I think so.
Controversial. Does she
so.
though?
Well, like, sometimes I question whether you can a good pie, Rondo,
Well, that's
because
Says what it's
many,
supposed to
many
do.
moons ago, the Arbroath pie was elite.
Many moons ago. So
Well,
you had
the
to
Sam
say.
Stanton goal game, when we beat them 1-0, that was the Bovey Gate, we'll call it. When Leo wanted to chuck it at Rob Douglas. Bovey Gate, the 1-0 win. Freezing cold that day. I thought the pie was brilliant. You thought it was shite. But like, I've only heard 2 people about the pies yesterday, and yous have both confirmed each other. Yes, corroboration here. Pies were stinking.
There you go. The collaboration you never thought you needed, you just got about Pez. Strip me naked and cover me in gravy, says Paul. Anyway, that was my day yesterday. It was very pre-season-y as it could be, but they're obviously off to Holland with a new goalkeeper. And
Maybe I heard he's still in the Ukraine. That's what I heard.
that's not what I heard.
Why did you hear it for?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't have possibly tell you.
You're not out in your source.
No, can't.
Mine's is a reporter.
Oh, he's talking shite.
Maybe.
Doing it for clickbait.
No, it wasn't. He just told us when I seen him on Friday.
He's peace. He's actually in my loft. But yeah, looking forward to that. Looking at the big thing, and again, that we're coming down to YouTube clips and everything again. But what I liked about it is he likes to come out.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I think Jack Walton's a great shot stopper and everything, but one of my criticisms was always command of his box. I never thought you had it.
Yeah, I think Dave Richards has done all right. Like, certainly yesterday, that 10-minute bombardment for the corners, he done all right. He was catching some, he got rid of some, a bit of punching them. Yeah, I think he's, like, as it stands, I wouldn't be surprised if Dave Richards starts the season as your goalie. Even though well, I wouldn't be surprised. Let's get the boy in first before we can make any sort of judgment. Because if what I got told is true, that he's still in the Ukraine, is he even able to train? Because they're having about a hard time on it still just now.
Yes.
So
yeah.
things aren't great over there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we should see what happens this week. Might end up just going straight to Holland at this rate. So we'll see. But yeah, that's pre-season continues obviously for the next wee while. Away at Holland, St Johnston away, and then St Johnston seem to be, I mean, again, we've Valacari, Conga Championship players.
Did they sign Sam Stanton?
Yes.
My old man told me that. There's
Of
a
course he
shock.
did. The chairman of.
In fact, there's something else I've told you before we hit record, but the old man, the first half yesterday, kept having a go at Zach saying, where did we get him for? It was Australia. When did their season finish? I shared that probably about the same time as ours. He's like, he doesn't look fit. I'm like, it's fucking pre-season, Dad. Nobody's fit. That's the whole purpose of playing these teams, to get fit.
Okay, what else is no fit?
Wasn't having it. Old man's got his standards.
The ovens at fucking Gayfield.
No, they were not fit.
On pre-season.
For purpose.
Anyway, anything else you want to add about pre-season before I bring some fun to the episode?
Nah, bring the fun, Rondo. Are you sure it's fun? Because you used to say this last season, and it seldom felt like fun.
So, when it comes round to every summer, I think, right, I need to come up with a new game. I need to come up with a new test for Paul. And
To fail at.
last season we had a lot of fun, right? It was class. Everyone had fun with it, and we've done loads of daft wee games, and research sometimes lets you do, and it's all part of the fun, right? This is the Tannadice Test. It's 3 rounds, 2 dafties, and 1 United. Like what I've done there. So, I've got 3 questions for you, but they're 3 totally different style of question, right? Your reputation is clearly on the line here, and the big question is, to start us off, are you ready to make an arse of yourself?
Always, Rondo.
Okay.
Unwittingly most of the time.
Round number 1 is player profile. Again, I've used the Arab archive for this whole lot because there's no on this day, because the only thing we had today was signed Stephen Fletcher. There you go. There's your on this day. So I will go through the profile of this player. I will remove the position, but that could be your extra clue if you get it, and then all you need to do is tell me who it is.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And I'm hiding this because I think Paul could probably see it.
No, I'm not looking around it.
Born 3rd of December 1973. He's 6 foot. And funnily enough, he actually signed on this day, 7th of July 2005, by Gordon Chisholm. And he went on to make 75 appearances in total in all competitions for Dundee United, scoring 9 goals. Play along at home, it's all fun.
Yeah. The scoring 9 goals, that threw us, because instantly I was thinking Jim Laughlin for some reason.
The lock.
But I'm pretty sure he scored for us at Dens.
He did. We spoke about this before.
Yeah, I think he did.
Or we've just made that up.
No, I'm pretty sure he did, because I was there. So I've got to tell you why this is with that.
You can ask for
small
the
amount.
additional clue, and I will tell you the position.
Is it goalkeeper?
Correct. As a goalkeeper. Do you want me to go through them again?
Nah, I'm going to say Tony Bullock.
Tony Bullock.
Yeah, I can't mind why I signed him, but Tony Bullock.
You're wrong.
What was it?
Derek Stilley.
What are you bringing him up for? This is our first day back.
That's the reason.
This is a disgrace. We are off on the wrong foot here, Rondo.
So round 1, nil point.
Good.
Round number 2 is what I'm calling higher or lower. Craig Conway made 166 appearances for Dundee United in all competitions. But did Stuart Duff make higher or lower than 166? Craig Conway's appearances, by the way, were made up of 133 starts and 33 sub-appearances.
I would love to say lower. But 166, did he make more than that? See,
Craig Conway made 166, but
see, David McCracken played over 200 games for us, did he? And
he was nearly on the day, but I thought Derek Stilley was enough to throw you over the edge.
wow, it was bad games for you. I'm assuming if I'm you, there's no much in it. That's the best way to do this.
Do you want me to tell you how many's in it?
There's probably about 1 in it.
5.
5 in it. I think that Stuart Duff probably played more than Conway. It felt like he was at Tannadice for ages.
So Stuart Duff
Played
made
him.
171 appearances.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
That's what I think I'm saying.
Podcast pal Craig Conway
Legend.
is out-appearanced by Stuart Duff.
That's what I think.
You'd be right.
Is that correct?
Yeah. 136 starts, 35 sub-appearances.
But there's only one that left a lasting legacy, really, isn't there?
I mean, they left impressions for the
Well, they
wrong
left
reasons.
impressions, yes, but a legacy. Something to aspire to. Only one of them.
So 1 out of 2.
I'll
And
take
you're
that.
having fun. That's the main thing.
Well, after the
You're
first
having
round, that was a struggle.
Round number 3 is what I'm calling season snapshot. I will give you 3 clues. You just need to tell me the season.
Okay.
The first thing maybe no as much of a shock. United lost 4-0 to Celtic in a League Cup semi-final. Nadir Chifchi was the top scorer, and the manager in the dugout was Jackie McNamara. But what is the season?
So I was at that 4-0 game because that was midweek. That was a replay. I'm sure, was it no?
No idea, I don't have that knowledge.
Yeah, I think that was the month that we played them about 4 times.
Fucking mind, that was fucking horrendous.
Shifty 2013, 2014,
Okay.
I would say.
So you've locked that in. Do you mind the fun we used to have last season when you had to guess?
When
the
I was a
season?
year out.
So, United lost 4-0 to Celtic League Cup semi-final. Nadir Chief's top scorer and Jackie McNamara was in charge. The answer I was looking for was
13-14.
13-14.
Yes, we'll take it.
2 out of 3. Fun has been had.
Fun. But the thing is, like, 2 rounds were fun, but that first round it's just undone it all before it got going.
Listen, that's your lot. The Tannadice Test is done, and I'll be back next week.
Excellent. Can't hardly wait.
I know you can't. Anything else you need to, we think we should be mentioning in our first episode back for 25-26? We're going to obviously head on to predictions and all that shit until
Yeah, we'll do that a wee bit once we've got strikers in.
later on.
But I suppose the only things to say is, like, you just hope that we've still got a wee bit of, or a fair bit of business to be done. Now, like, some of the rumour mill that you could have said today was like the budget's maybe not as great as Jim Goodwin would have hoped it was going to be. How true that is, who knows? But like,
second lowest budget last season, apparently.
yeah, but is that true, or is that?
Don't know.
I mean, I find that hard to believe. But if that's the case, then Goodwin's done incredibly well to get that team fourth.
Yeah. But like you said, you think of the budgets now that some other clubs have got.
But simply can't compete. Simply, I mean, there was, for the longest time, we thought and hoped that Dalby would come back, and then he goes and signs a 4-year deal for $9,000 a week or something doing at Bolton. That's just incredible. In fact, that's something that happened over the summer. I had to go on BBC Manchester or whatever it is doing there for 5. Well, I got told it would be like for 5 to 6 minutes. No bother about Dalby because they had just signed him and they wanted a United
Wanted an
fans.
expert.
Wanted a United
Well,
fans
wasn't
opinion.
available.
So you were busy that day, so I got a shout. And straight away they were like, so how good was he last season? I was like, he was excellent for us. Talisman, scored loads of goals. And then the next question was, so do you think he's what Bolton are needing? And I was just as honest as I always am. I was like, I've got absolutely no idea what Bolton are needing. I says, I couldn't even name you two Bolton players. I said, I can name you one, Sam Dalby, but I couldn't name you two. Absolutely. Is JJ Okocha still playing for you? Sam Allardyce still picking the team? I have no idea. And that was the last question.
Brilliant.
They kept speaking, like if you've done radio interviews, they kept speaking and you think, all right, I'm waiting on the next question.
Brilliant.
And then the other boy
Brilliant.
comes on and is like, oh, thanks very much for that, Paul. I was like, you fucking banned. I should have led.
I mean, I'm not surprised, like, I'll be honest, like, but that's absolutely incredible.
How am I again? You think he's what Bolton are needing? No idea, mate. You tell me. You'll get your goals if you give him service.
Aye. He's below his head. He's clinical for the penalty spot.
Penalty spot and inwards, you're fine.
Brilliant.
My goodness.
Wow. Well, that's your lot. Episode 291. We are back. Keep us really pay free, like I didn't. And if you're betting the new top, send Paul your bank details. He'd very much appreciate it. But at Dode Fox Podcast on social media, check out our website, dodefoxpodcast.com. Do have a great week. Stay safe. And don't forget to wash your hands and your arsehole.